I did my project on HIV and AIDS in sub-Saharan Africa. What is HIV/AIDS? HIV stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus. HIV is the first stage of virus that can end up leading to AIDS, and the AIDS stands for Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome. What AIDS and HIV does is attacks the immune system and gets rid of those cells that fight off diseases and infections. Those cells are known as CD4 cells, also known as T cells. This is most commonly spread by unprotected sex, and as of right now, there is no cure, only treatment for the virus. How bad is the virus in sub-Saharan Africa? Sub-Saharan Africa is the most affected region across the world. There's an estimated 25.6 million people living with HIV in sub-Saharan Africa. That accounts for almost 70% of the HIV worldwide. The top 3 highest HIV/AIDS prevalence countries are South Africa, Nigeria, and Kenya. HIV/AIDS in South Africa. South Africa has the highest profile for HIV epidemic around the world. There's an estimated 7.1 million people living with HIV across the globe. Of the adults tested for HIV in South Africa, 18.9% were HIV positive. In 2016, 270,000 new HIV infections were found, and 110,000 AIDS-related deaths were caused. South Africa has the largest ART program in the world. ART stands for anti-retrieval treatment. What that is, it's the treatment center for AIDS and HIV. 47% of the people with HIV are on ART. As you can see, there's a significant difference between 2009 and 2016. And here's my YouTube video.
HIV/AIDS used to be a death sentence, but now the disease can be managed with so-called antiretroviral drugs. The treatment is helping people infected with HIV live longer and near normal lives. But the elderly still face a unique set of health challenges. Voice of America's Vidushi Sinha has the story.
In sub-Saharan Africa, antiretroviral treatment, or ART, has reduced the mortality rate among HIV-infected people by 20%. Many of the people receiving treatment who are now in their 40s are expected to live well into their 60s. Dr. Till Barninghausen of the Harvard School of Public Health says there is a need to recognize this population and their unique health issues which did not exist until recently. He spoke to us via Skype.
In the lucky situation that people HIV infected in sub-Saharan Africa live into old ages, but with this prediction comes a challenge to prepare health and social systems to adequately respond to this new population that will come into being over the coming decades.
Dr. Barninghausen says these people will have special disease burdens and their treatment will require special expertise. For instance, new clinical trials are needed to learn whether antiretroviral treatments could interfere with drugs that HIV patients might be taking for other chronic conditions, such as diabetes and cardiovascular disease.
In old age, this is really compounded by the fact that the physiology changes over the life course, by the fact that the ability to adhere well to treatment might become reduced in older age. So there are very specialized needs that older patients say that need to be met in older patients.
We now need to...
All right, here's my works cited.